I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 155. And today we're going to talk about not giving up. I think it's important that we talk about this early on in the year, because it's easy to say, this is going to be my year. And then we move into the year, we get to the second month, and things are not quite going the way you expected it to go, the way you thought it would go, the way you would like it to go. And so then mentally we start almost checking out, like, okay, let me just kind of skate through the year. And you don't do it intentionally, but the beliefs kind of goes away, and then you stop putting in the effort, you stop putting in the energy that it took to get where you want to go. Listen, if you want to get to a certain place, you're going to have to do more to get to that level, and you're going to have to become more than you're currently doing at this level. Otherwise, you'd already be there at the current level, but you have to become bigger than where you are to get to where you want to go. And all that stems from belief. You do more when you believe more. But today's message is not about belief. It's more than anything, it's just about not giving up. See, one of my mentors, that's really been a big blessing in my life, he says the only way you can fail is to quit. And it is impossible to stop a man or woman who will not quit. And I've held on to those words for so long, because, we'll have dreams and we'll have goals, and sometimes they don't happen right away. Listen, this is not the Instagram life where you just see the good, or the social media life where you just see the good and you don't see all the pain and all the hurt that people go through on the way to the successes. Yeah, it's nice to take the picture in front of the house or the car or the family, and make it smile, like make have a big smile, like everything's okay. But again, there's a lot of sacrifice, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of challenge, and all kind of stuff that goes into achieving some of those things that happen. So, my message to you today is, don't give in, don't quit, because, like I said, the only way you can fail is if you quit. Right? You never really fail. You just fail forward. You just get better. You learn. You learn what not to do. You learn strategies on, hey, I did that last time. This happened, let me shift things. Even for myself, um I'm constantly reevaluating certain things, like, okay, how can I do this better, how can I be more efficient, how can I take it to another level, what can I do differently. We got to look at those things. But I just want you to know that it doesn't always happen right away. Success, it's one of those things where you just got to keep going. It's different for everybody. One person can come and then boom, it just seems like overnight they were overnight success. And to be honest, there really is no overnight success, I should say, because you never know where people's backstory is. You don't know what happened as a child that's caused them to have the success that they're having now. Maybe they had certain training, maybe they saw certain things or lived around certain things and adapted to certain things that has caused them to be a certain way as an adult or even as an older person. Because look, it's people who are teenagers making millions of dollars. There's people who are kids killing it, right? I mean, you got YouTubers now who are making more than people who've gone to, they just done crazy stuff. So my point is, you know, there it doesn't matter. Um, don't look at someone's highlight reel, I should say, and base their whole life off of their highlight reel when you need to look back 5 chapters ago and see what caused them to have that highlight reel. Does that make sense? So don't compare yourself. That's a big thing. Don't compare yourself. It's hard sometimes because you see people around you who are succeeding or crushing it or doing some things that are amazing. Like maybe you've been looking to buy a home and you see some of your friends, and maybe you got a lot of friends that already have homes, or maybe you've been looking to get married, and you just can't seem to find the right relationship or make the relationships work. And you're looking at all your friends who are married. Maybe you got, friends who have babies, and you're looking to have a baby. There's so many different scenarios we could play out. But my point is, don't give in, don't quit. It's going to happen, but you just have to believe it's going to happen, and you have to keep pressing, keep pushing. Give it one more day. Show up one more time. Do one more piece of activity that can lead you to the success, because there's this thing called the compound effect. And small things can turn into big things, right? You've heard me say before, big doors rest on little hinges. And you know diligence, I had an episode back in the beginning of this podcast, and I shared how diligence is doing the little things until it turns into something big, right? It's doing the things that seem to make no difference in the act of doing it, but continuing to do it so that it compounds itself. And then you look back and you're like, my God, like, how did this happen? But it was just because of a series of activity over time. It was a series of saying, look, today I'm not going to quit. And then tomorrow you get to tomorrow and like, hey, today I'm not going to quit. I'm starting over. It's a brand new day. And you just keep giving it everything you have every single day. Focus on one more day. I think that's what some of our challenge is, is we look, I know for myself, it's been a challenge is we look to the future so much instead of being in the present, and we say, hey, one day this is going to be the case, or this is going to be where things are going to be, and this is what you're going to accomplish. And instead of saying, hey, today this is what I can accomplish. Today I'm grateful that this has already happened, because there's so many other people who would love to be in your shoes where you are currently right now. Even the one that the situation that you might be downplaying right now, somebody's like, oh my gosh, if I could just graduate from college and get a job like that, right? Where you're like, man, I hate this job. I just want to do this, and this. Like again, we have to appreciate where we are. Don't despise small beginnings. Um, Prosper where you are planted. So where you are right now, become the best you that you can be, grow and become bigger than any challenge that you have right now, and keep on working on yourself. Keep on pressing, keep on doing the thing that you need to do to move forward. And I promise you, it's gonna happen. And listen, it may not happen when you want it to happen. It may not happen the way you want it to happen, but I'm telling you, just keep on pressing, because as long as you believe that it's going to happen and you keep doing the activity, it has to happen. You know, the Father says that He'll bless the work of your hands. And all these blessings that He promises us, if we just believe, and if we believe and have faith, that is going to happen. So that's my message today. Is I just wanted to give a message of encouragement. Maybe somebody's hurting, maybe somebody's struggling, maybe somebody's like, man, I need help to get this last rep in. And I just want to hear to be the one to spot the spotter for you today. I want to be a spotter as you're lifting that weight, the weight of life, right? The weight of disappointment, the weight of frustration, the weight of not seeing things happen the way you want it to happen. And I just want to be that spotter in the back of you saying, hey, boom, you got it, you got this, you can hit it, you can get it. Like what I mean, I want to be the one that just tap the bar just slightly to say, hey, you got this. Just give it one last push, right? Um, sometimes I do this as a training for people that I coach, and I'll tell them to take their arm and reach toward their back. and try to touch a certain point. And you can do this multiple different ways. Um, like you can try to touch a certain point on your back, or you can maybe touch a point on the floor or something like that. However you want to do it, but just try to touch the furthest point that you think you can touch, and then get back in position in a regular position. Now go and do it again, but I want you to reach further, right? Reach further to touch your back, or maybe if you're like trying to touch the floor some kind of way and you're reaching further than you did before. And notice that the first time you thought you were reaching as far as you could, but then when I said try to reach a little bit further, we all could reach slightly further, because our minds are conditioned. Our mind can do anything, but we just have to believe we can. And so again, listen, folks, it's going to happen. I believe. I have the faith in you. I believe in you. I know that there's greatness inside of you, right? There's greatness inside of you. In the great words of the Les Brown, you got to be hungry, right? So be hungry. Go after it with tenacity. Go after it with vigor. Go after it with passion, right? Find some different ways. I was on a special leadership call this week, and one of my business partners, has said, "Listen, you know what I do to stay motivated? I get to get motivated." She said, I was watching Save the Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and I saw how he would make up a whole figmentation of a story, of somebody who pissed him off, so he had to go get his head in the game and just go like kill him on the court, and then come to find out, the whole story that he told himself, he made it up just to get himself mad to go out there and like perform at a high level. That's what we're talking about, right? Is like finding a way to push ourselves, motivate ourselves, do what we need to do to stay in the game. Talk to somebody. Go look at some things. Go look at the houses you want to live in. Go drive the car. Go test drive the car. They don't have to know you ain't getting it right now, right? So just do whatever it is you got to do just to stay one more day, just to be around one more day, to keep doing the thing that you know you need to do, to keep pressing forward, whether it's your health, your relationship, your finances, your business, your job, whatever. It could be any area, but I'm just telling you to just give it one more day and don't give up. I appreciate you all for listening to episode 155, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode of Code Freedom. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.